Welcome San Diego, and it's my distinct privilege and honor to open up the Impact Forum this year. I opened it up last year. This time last year, I was the commander of Naval Special Warfare. I gave up command about 3 weeks ago to Admiral Green. Admiral Green asked me to speak on his behalf. He's already traveling as the new commander to Washington, D.C. for some important meetings with Chief Naval Operations. But it's great to be back, and I just want to give you a little update for those that were here last year on some of the things Robin mentioned in her opening remarks about what we've done over the last 2 years and across the community for the force and the families. One of the things that we've really been taking on pretty passionately is brain health and brain wellness over the last couple years. And as mentioned last year, it was really a seminal event for me and Frank. Where you at? You out there, Frank? Yeah. Frank Larkin, his son, Ryan Larkin, who committed suicide after he left the Navy. And we discovered a number of issues with Ryan's condition post-mortem. And then we had a few other suicides in the community where people left the community and had either retired or already transitioned and were experiencing some issues, committed suicide, and we looked at their heads as well, post-mortem, and I don't want to steal Dr. Pearl's thunder, who's going to speak this afternoon. It'll be a great presentation, but there's a condition that we believe we might be doing to ourselves in training called interface astroglial scarring. And we're trying to get that fixed, how to prevent it. So last year, about this time, I had 2 ideas. One was to baseline our force, everybody in that was a SEAL or a SWCC to take a neurocognitive baseline, all using the same protocol and process. In 6 short months, we've had 95% of the force baseline in their neurocognitive assessment. So we're hoping with this neurocognitive research and these things that we can, next time a guy goes and every time he does a workup, he'll be able to compare himself to himself. He'll retake that same exam. We'll be able to look at his baseline. And kind of like hearing or dental that we have to do every time before we go into deployment, you're measured against yourself. And we'll be able to see patterns and change the end goal, the 3 goals of both of these programs, and I'll mention the second one here in a moment. The end goal is 3 things. One is to keep people in the fight or return them to duty quicker. But more importantly, to make them stronger cognitively. Since the 3 years of the Impact Forum, since about 2007, Special Operations Command, General Thomas, and their POTF, the Preservation of the Force and Families, have been working on human performance and physical performance. And we've made some huge leaps in the way we prevent injury, return people to duty physically. The other pillars that are out there that General Thomas is really trying to get after is the spiritual, the psychological, and the cognitive. For all the 4 pillars of holistic health. So the 3 goals are: 1, return them to duty, keep them in the fight, keep their service life longer. And then I think we have a moral obligation, much like in the case of Ryan Larkin, to ensure that they have a good quality of life post-service, post-transition. So I'm really, really excited about the speakers you got today. Dr. Ben, I think, is the first one up. I was back there chatting with him. He just flew in from England, jumped in a taxi, so go easy on him. I think there's an insomnia thing tomorrow. Maybe he can sleep during that session. But the topics this year, and see the same faces coming back and expanding the network is incredible. The collaboration is important. And the other project I didn't mention that I wanted to talk about was transition. That kind of gets after that 3rd goal of ensuring we have a good post-service quality of life for our sailors. And so it's the Future Former Frogman. Again, it was an idea last year. I would like to say we have Naval Special Warfare has a program manager now. So in Robin's remarks, programmatically, our neurocognitive is now a program of record. as well as our transition program for Future Form of Frogman. And that goal is to help people. We look at it, have a swim buddy, help who's ever transitioning out, and basically helps them through the process. Both we've got to do what the Navy requires us to do for transition, but where there are gaps in those types of coverages for our folks, and we intend to fill those gaps with things that the Navy SEAL Foundation and other non-federal entities are providing. But this forum has changed lives in the last 3 years. It's I'm moving this week, packing out, and tomorrow, but I was not going to miss this because it's just an incredible forum. The speakers are world-class, renowned. They have an incredible vetting format for how they pick the speakers and the topics for this event. So, but the real work is going to happen in between the sessions with you talking to each other and sharing your expertise and your knowledge. We've got everything from researchers to students to operators, and it's just a great forum. I'm just passionate about the health and welfare of our force and our families, and I'm really looking forward to the speakers today. So thank you very much, and enjoy the forum. Make sure you fill out your feedback, what do you call them? Yeah, exactly. And I leave for this week, and I've just made it through the confirmation process, and I'm going to go down and be the deputy commander down at Special Operations. I will publicly promise that I'll take the same sort of passion that I've had in Naval Special Warfare for the rest of the Special Operations. And we're all doing it, but I really want to kind of continue this effort because I think it's one of the most important obligations we have to our service members and their families. So thank you. Have a good day.